I saw a post on Facebook that showed a picture of the Turbografx-16 Mini. At first I thought it was just a picture of the original box, because this looks very, very similar. For those of you that remember this console, it looks similar, like, look at it, it's very similar. So I started reading the post, or maybe I didn't even get through it. I immediately went to Amazon, looked for it, found it. It was in stock, shipped Prime, so order was placed. I'll put a link to this console, as well as the other things I have on the table, in the description below. Anyway, I haven't opened it yet, but I was super excited. There's a ton of good games on here. You might notice there's a power plug there. I'll go into that in a little bit. But let's get to it. All right. So the reason for the power plug, it's a 5-volt, 2-amp power plug. I ordered a few of these on Amazon. After reading some reviews, a lot of people complained this didn't come with one. I can see both arguments to that. One, almost everybody has a 5-volt, 2-amp power plug somewhere. Did they need to include another one? Probably not. Still, that said, there's allegedly an official one on Amazon that's all sold out, or at least it was when I looked. Back of this shows a list of games. It's got a bunch, including PC Engine games. PC Engine was the name of the system in Japan. You know what I don't see though is Keith Courage in Alpha Zone. That was a pack-in for the console back when it was released. It's odd that it's not here. Anyway, let's get this thing open. Feels a little different than the, well, it feels a lot different than the original. It's not, like, the layout is exactly the same. It's just a little, feels a little different. I think the overall plastic on the outer shell was throwing it off. It used to be a softer plastic. This also has, oh, this must be the power cable. That'll go in here. This thing looks, I'm not gonna lie to you, this thing looks fantastic. It's small, it looks like literally a mini version of the console. It even has the little lock here that locks the U card in place, even though there's no, this is just like a fake dock. There's hookups for 2 controllers, which is interesting. I'm surprised they didn't include like a 5-port USB hub, you know, just similar to the Turbo Tab. The back piece comes off. Oh, it does. It's so good. So the back detaches just like the original. Looks like this gives you a place to store or route the cable. The power hooks in here, so you can run the cable either straight back, which would be weird, or out to the side, which would come out this side. And they include a US or a HDMI cable. And that is it. The box is kind of a bunch of cardboard that's sort of origami together. And let's see how long this controller cable is. For those of you that have owned a Turbografx-16, you know those cables wear not long. Oh wow. This thing is like, it's like a 3DO controller cable almost. Those things were huge. Anyway, let's hook this up to the TV. So one thing that's maybe not clear at first glance is that I was having some display issues. Right here you can see the menu is partially cut off at the bottom. Now you can see the additional menu options at the bottom of the screen. They did a really nice job with how this launches the game.
East, the ideal utopia. Once a country so peaceful and prosperous. A country where children were as free as the wind. A country where harmony blew through the hearts of all men.
I was able to fine-tune the settings on my TV, and everything is working fine now. So after playing it, how can I best describe it? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I will be honest, I like the idea of it more than the actual thing itself. They got so much stuff right on like just the design, the marketing, down to the little, like light green dots all over the box, the original looking cover there. It's a decent game selection. I would probably end up looking for a turbo stick controller that's USB. This controller is not very good. The D-pad especially is kind of so-so. That said though, when you look at the menu system and just how it's brought up and the way you switch between Turbografx and PC Engine to choose the games, it's done really well. It's done in a similar way that the Nintendo ones are, where the games kind of scroll across. One thing I'll say, connection for the power being back here, there's two little places to kind of snake the cable out and it'll hold it there. That's good, I guess. If you're planning on leaving it sit somewhere and that's sort of your showpiece, it's difficult to get the cable back out of it. And if you were to kind of put it together, play it, take it apart, put it together, take it apart, you'd probably end up damaging the cable. The HDMI cable fits into this big slot, and then you plug it in here. For it to have that complete look, and you know, like a lot of thought went into it. You know, that part is nice. Main thing is the controller kind of kills it for me. The stuff is still playable, but it not quite the same. I don't know. When you launch the games in the thing, how it shows sort of the card going in, the thing being turned on, it shows the like sort of the startup screen as though you're like actually have the console connected to your TV. Same with any of the CD games, it shows the like system card going in, and then it'll show the CD spinning up and all that. I don't know if they're using the exact system cards with each one, like if it's, you know, version 3 with one of the games, but you know, maybe one of the other ones only needs version 2. I don't remember looking that close at them, but I thought that was a nice touch. I do not regret this purchase because it's, like I said, it's one of those consoles that I struggled with the decision to get rid of. Even though it sounds like I dislike this, that's not the case. I would probably feel about the same with the other ones. The controllers I think are better on the Nintendo. I might do videos on these some other time. Maybe not the Nintendos, just because like, so many of those are already out there and probably done a lot better than I can do. Maybe the Genesis though. A little foreshadowing in case I do. While I'm packing all this stuff up, and yes, I did film these two videos on the same day, and I thought, why not go into the future, look and see if I was able to find any 6-button controllers for the Genesis Mini, perhaps a different controller for the Turbografx Mini, maybe a case or two. I don't know. I mean, really, what's the worst that could happen? Oh, look at what we got here. All right, this worked out great. Let me get this stuff organized and let's continue on with this video. So this is the PC Engine Mini controller. This is most likely the version sold in, I don't know, UK, maybe Japan. Most places it was called the PC Engine, except for in the US. Hopefully this is not just the same controller but in white. If it is, and I wasted a little bit of money, but not a ton because this only had the one controller anyway, so let's see what we got. And I gotta say, this feels a lot like the one in here. And let's check this one out and compare it last time. So yeah, these, with the exception of how this is stamped, this one's stamped Turbografx-16, this has HE. This rubberized decal is a little different. Yeah, this is exactly the same pad. So I am gonna try it out. So I'm gonna do that and then come back and tell you what I thought. Yeah, it's the same. So not necessarily a regrettable purchase just because this only came with one controller, and now I do have two for 2-player games. HORI also makes an official Turbo Tap that has the 5 players, which I was wondering, you know, if someone did. All it is a USB hub. But they make one. It looks just like the original, only it's USB ports instead of the regular controller port. So that's kind of the end of the journey with this one. Aside from, I will take it out and play it every now and then because there are some games on here that are good. I've been wanting to replay East, Book 1 and 2. A couple others in there that are classics that I've been wanting to play. Hopefully there's some other case option out there at some point. Anyway, if anyone knows of a different case or of perhaps a better controller or maybe a like a turbo stick version, that would be really nice. And that's it. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like this video. If not, let me know what could be better. Thanks for watching.